Hi everyone, it's Lou Collins at CraftStash, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think you need a rotating stamp platform in your crafting arsenal. Now, there are a few different rotating stamp platforms on the market. I'm going to be focusing on the Creative Craft Products one, the newest to the craft market, and I absolutely love it. A lot of them work in similar ways. I'm going to be showing you the benefits of them, what you can be doing with them, and lots of tips and tricks as well. Now, first of all, what do you get with the rotating stamp platform? Well, you're going to get the base, which is magnetic, a couple of magnets here, which are just additional extras. I haven't actually found that I've necessarily needed those yet, but it's really handy to have them. If you have the Creative Craft Products stamping platform, the original stamping platform, these are the same magnets, so you can transfer them if you wish. And then you've also got the clear plate, which is removable, which is brilliant because you've got a lot of guidelines on there. It's much easier to line your stamps up and ink them. And then you've also got the removable magnetic turner here. Dial, there's probably another word for it as well, I just call it the turner. This has got all your measurements on. Now I'm going to talk you through what each of these measurements all mean, all these guidelines, and how you can get the most out of it for whatever size project you are working on. Now, this platform also comes with a non-slip base too, and the springy corners. That just means that you're going to be able to line up your stamps and see exactly where you're stamping before committing to pressing down the ink onto the paper. I really like with this that you have two different colours of guidelines as well. So for example, if you were working with 15 or 45-degree segments, you're going to use the pink numbers on the dial and also the pink numbers on the plate. And then if you're using 30 or 60 degrees, you're going to be using the black numbers on each, which just makes it so much easier, quicker and clearer to see where you're going. I'm going to work with a 7 by 7 inch piece of cardstock, nice and big so you can really see what I'm doing. But as you can see, this goes all the way up to 12 inches. Now this is going to make this tool accessible for scrapbookers as well as card makers. So absolutely everybody, all the way down to 4 inches. Now you don't have to, of course, use a piece of paper which is exactly one of these measurements. You could use, for example, 9.5 inch, and you just pop it halfway between the 9 and the 10 line there. So it really is suitable for all sizes. The stamps I'm going to be using today are the new paisley ones from Cardmaking Magic. These are absolutely beautiful, and I just thought they would look stunning as a wreath or a circle. So I'm going to be working with a couple of different ones of these in different colours. So you want to begin with the dial facing towards you and everything else above, and the dial on 0. Now, as I say, this is magnetic. It turns in sections, but if you're not turning it and you lift it up, and this is quite a strong magnet, so you do need to lift it up, so don't worry, it's not stuck on there. Just give it a good lift. It will come up, but make sure it's starting on 0 before you lift that up. We're going to place our cardstock here into the platform. Now, as I say, this is 7 inch by 7 inch, and you can go whatever size you want to, but you're going to want to line the corner of your paper up with the 7 inch guideline on the base there. And then we're going to take our dial, again, hold it with the 0 facing away from you, and that will click into place. Now, when that clicks into place, just ensure that that hasn't moved your paper. That is there now. That is stuck. That is such a strong magnet. You don't really need these at all. But like I say, if for any reason you do want them as additional support, you've got them there. Now you notice when you place your clear plate over the top, you've got two little hooks here. That's going to hold that in the perfect position. If you want to re-stamp your images for any reason, maybe you didn't quite ink them properly, maybe they're a new stamp, they need to be inked a few times, you can do that because it lines it up absolutely perfectly, and the bottom is springy as well. Now what these springs mean is that once you have inked your stamp, you can line everything up and see where you're stamping before you actually press down, as I mentioned earlier. This is a fantastic feature of the original Creative Craft Product stamping platform, and it's been brought into the new rotating stamping platform as well, which I love. It's probably my favourite benefit of both platforms. Now you can pretty much stamp with any size of stamp you wish here to create your wreath or your circle. I'm going to start with, as I say, the paisley stamps from Card Making Magic. I'm going to start with this one first of all, and I'm going to work out roughly, while everything's in place, where I want this. Now, do I want it to be a full 7-inch circle? Do I want to bring it in a little bit smaller? I think I will go with the 7-inch. So I'm going to put the outer edge, so the top of the stamp, on the semicircle here, which has 7-inch on it. I might just pop it a little bit below there. So now looking at this, the edges of the stamp come to the 45-degree mark. Now this is great if I want to just stamp this stamp touching the edges each time all the way round. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to look at my degrees. Okay, so that fits nicely between the two 45-degree pink lines here. If I come to the top here, I've got even more guidelines. It says that for 45 degrees, I'm going to stamp my image 8 times. But what if you don't want the same image stamped each time? What if you want to vary it? So I may want to do that stamp and then maybe do this flourish as well, this leaf. So I'm going to take the two and I'm going to put them side by side where I think they might go. And again, I am going to keep the tops of them just about within that 7-inch circle. I don't want to go over that because that will overlap my paper. So let's bring these so that they fit nicely between two lines. Now, what I'm finding here is that I've actually got a little bit too much for the 60 degrees there, a little bit not enough for the 90 degrees to fill that space. So I'm going to take another stamp. There's another beautiful flourish here. And this is where I like to plan before I start. So then I'm going to place this flourish as well. And these three together are going to make a really nice set within the 90-degree line. So I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is stick these stamps onto the reverse of my platform. So the paisley one, first of all, the floral one is going to go in the middle. These two will go on the outside, but I'm going to do those later. But I need to bear in mind that I'm going to be wanting to stamp this at 90-degree sections, just because I'm going to add the other two. If I wasn't adding the other two, I would be doing this at 45 degrees because that's the width of the stamp. So I've got some ink pads here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to ink up my first paisley design here with a beautiful purple colour. And I'm going to place this over my paper. Now, as I say, that has not pressed down onto the paper. The paper is still perfectly clean. There's a gap between the glass, or rather the acrylic top, and the stamping platform at the moment. With this set to 0, I'm going to have a look. Now, for 7 inches, for 90 degrees, because I've got to allow room for the other two, I'm going to turn this 4 times. Okay, so I'm going to press it down once and just make sure that that has stamped beautifully. Then I'm going to take my dial, and I'm not going to touch anything. In fact, I will lift this off because I do need to re-ink it. I'm going to turn this to the next 90-degree mark. Now you notice as you turn it, the paper turns with it. Okay, so don't hold your paper because that will disrupt the action. And as we go through, you'll start to see you've got numbers on here. Now you want to go round until you get to the 90-degree mark facing upwards. Okay, then we're going to ink again. Pop this onto our stamping platform, again lining it up perfectly with the holes at the top, and press that down, and we can press that down a few times to ensure a beautiful image. Take it off again. Now I'm going to turn this again. You don't need to do it gently, you don't need to put any pressure, and I'm going to keep turning until I get to the next 90 degrees. Ink and stamp, and I'm going to keep doing this until I've completed all 4 images. Now the platform is completely wipe clean, so you can give everything a clean up and have it brand new each time, and each time you're changing your colour. So I'm going to remove this stamp and I'm going to go on to my next stamp. Now I'm pretty sure I can do both of these at the same time. I'm just checking the spacing looks good and that falls within the 90-degree lines here. So I'm going to pick those up and I'm actually going to ink these together but with two different colours. So light green on the right and a teal on the left. And I have to remember to do the same each time. So keeping the original, the first stamp facing upwards, I haven't changed anything. We're on 90 here at the moment. I'm going to press down. And then again, I'm going to go all the way back round. This time I'm going to end up going round to 0, but essentially it's going to go round 90 degrees. And then I'm going to remove, re-ink and stamp again. So there I've stamped all of my images. I can now release my magnet by lifting it up. And as you'll see, there's absolutely no marks on the paper there, and you've got the perfect wreath of images. And this can be done with absolutely any stamp. Here's one I did with another floral image, and I made sure that the edges touched each time by fitting them within one of the guidelines. So you can make slightly smaller wreaths and larger wreaths on your platform. All you need to do is move your stamps up and down to fit within the spaces. So ensure each end of your stamp touches one of the lines that you're using as your guideline for turning your dial, and that way you will get your stamps touching the edges, so it's a continuous wreath like this if you wish. Now, not only can you work with card or paper from 4 inches all the way up to 12 inches and everything in between, you can also work on cards that are not square. So what you want to do here is, if you want to create a small wreath on a rectangle piece of cardstock, is you need to find a square to work with. Now, the way I do this is I take the width of the card and then I add the width to the length with a small pencil line. So this particular card here is 5 inches, so I'm going to take 5 inches here, and I do want my wreath to be at the top of the card, and I'm just going to place a line across the card here so I know that's my square that I'm going to be working to. So for this now, I can take my magnet off. And I can place my card. Now you can either do it this way by placing, so this is 5 inches, placing the spine, the straight edge along like so here, or you can do one of the open corners into the 5 inch. Because this is a scalloped card base, I find it a little more difficult to work with the scallop corners, so I'm going to work with the straight one. I'm just going to place this along the 5 inch up to that mark that I've just made. I'm going to take my dial back to 0 and place that on there. Now for this one, I'm going to take a really tiny image. I need it to sit within the 5 inch circle here, and I'm just going to place it down like so on my platform. Now this fits really nicely between the two 45-degree lines, the 2 pink lines there. So that's the measurement that I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm going for a nice royal blue here, or navy blue actually, and I'm going to look 45 degrees. I'm going to turn this 8 times. Okay, so press it down once, add some more ink to this, and I'm going to turn my dial round to the first marker that says 45 degrees, which is there. Now when I press this down again, there we go, it just sits short of the last one. And again round to the next 45 degrees, which happens to be 3 notches. And I really like with this platform that you actually have quite defined notches. It's very easy to feel where each of the segments are when you're turning it. And I'm going to continue this until I've filled my circle again. Lift my magnet up, And there I have a circle absolutely perfectly in the top of a rectangle shaped card, and I've got space down the bottom for my sentiment. I can continue with more smaller stamps. I could create a smaller circle in the center here if I wanted to, by bringing this in even further into towards the center dial of the platform. I could do some extra pieces on the outside by bringing my stamps up further to the outside of the platform. There's so much I can do with the Creative Craft Products rotating stamp platform, and hopefully this has given you lots of ideas and ways to use yours. Everything I've used you'll find linked down below, and let me know in the comments whether you have one of these and if you've got any tips and tricks for using it too. As always, if you like videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we think you're also really going to like this video just here.